Is this therapy?
Short-sighted.
Why couldn't they have had the party someplace else? Like, why did it have
Because Grandma had the big house.
I thought we could have a nice family conversation with producer Sam. She's about to get married.
Let's do it.
Woo! Do you have music, Scary?
I do.
So, there is a well-known marriage and family therapist. Her name is Colleen Sawyer Schlafer. And she wants to share a little bit of information with you.
Okay. Sounds important.
She's been working with couples who are going through a very stressful time and figured out through their conversation what they should have sorted out before they got married.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Are you going to have a pipe organ at your wedding?
It costs too much.
Number one, things that she wish everyone would know before they got married. Your brain changes when you're in love. You're super optimistic. You're happy all the time. But that kind of wears off after 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And reality sets in.
Good thing we waited 6 years to do this.
Let the infatuation wear off before you get engaged. Did you?
Yep.
So you were already like...
Oh, we're old news to each other.
You were pooping with the door open and stuff like that?
He is. That's not my cup of tea.
All right. Getting to know your in-laws is very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important because
so important.
Who we become is heavily influenced by how we grew up and the family that raised us.
You marry a family. You don't just marry a person.
And my therapist
well
also said to me, a lot of the couples they see in therapy ends up fighting about things that came of childhood, not actually born in the relationship.
And I'll get to that in a minute. I have a reach around for that.
Okay.
And if you're going to take care of the in-laws when you're older, which I know is maybe very much an Indian thing that we think about, but you want to get to know them and see if you like them.
Yep, because you're stuck with them later.
Yeah.
Be aware of how your potential spouse handles stressful situations.
Very good. Yeah, that's important.
You know, because you could be balls deep into this relationship, maybe a year in, and then something stressful happens, and then they just turn into a lunatic, and you have to be there for them.
Yep. He's better than I am at that, I will say. I do a lot of crying in between, and he's just calm
me too.
until he crumbles.
Sheldon's the one that takes on the stress. I'm like, what? I'm going to have a heart attack right now.
Another thing to keep an eye out for, if they go through a stressful moment, or 9, do they turn to alcohol and drugs?
Again, more my cup of tea than his.
Now, here's one that's sort of the reach around. Going back, we were talking earlier about how people are with their families and how they're growing up with parents and the home life turns them into who they are today. Managing your childhood issues will save you heartaches and headaches. If you don't, you may not realize you're repeating the unsatisfactory relationship with your partner.
So true. It's like childhood triggers. I've read and I learned in little bits turn into triggers in your marriage. You're not in control of it. So all you can do is learn about it and figure coping ways.
You know, it's interesting. If you can spend time with yourself to try to figure yourself out, you can actually make an honest list with yourself of the things that you are really bad at, things that where you fall short. And you can find things that happened to you as a child that turned you into this person today.
Yeah, that is true.
You can, when you were bullied by little kids, when you're a kid, today as an adult, you sometimes go to social situations and you feel bullied even though you're not.
Yep. Or you just come out swinging when maybe you shouldn't.
Yep. And sometimes,
There's that.
Yeah,
sometimes you don't even realize it. And then you go see a therapist and the therapist brings it out of you and you realize what it actually was that happened to you as a kid that triggered certain things.
Right.
You know?
So maybe if you're getting married or not today, be honest with yourself, your shortcomings. Why are you that way? What happened to you?
That's a great exercise. I think I'm going to
It
ask
is.
William to do that with me.
You know, I don't need a therapist. I take my own copay.
There you go. Are you affordable, Elvis, or are you rough?
My rates are reasonable. No, look, it's always great to see a therapist. I love therapy. It's wonderful. But you can sit down and really try to be honest with yourself. I know where I fail. I know where I'm a piece of crap. I get that. I get that. And I can trace it back to things that happened to me when I was a kid.
You need that. Just showing up to therapy isn't going to do the work for you. You do need both.
Yep.
What do you think Nate's list of shortcomings looks like?
Oh, my God.
None.
The Santa Claus naughty and nice list.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Well, I do know, the whole thing being in the garage for my birthday. I think that really...
You need to explain that.
So I was allergic to dogs, right? And we would always have birthday parties at my grandmother's house. She had 2 dogs, Muffin and Misty, but I couldn't go into the house. So I distinctly remember my birthday, hearing Happy Birthday being sung to me in the house while I was sitting in the garage by myself.
May I be a total jerkwad?
Yeah.
I think your family was really wrong in making you do that.
100%.
Totally.
Yeah.
What?
And I really think that I believe that was very, 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 very.
Is this therapy?
Short-sighted.
Why couldn't they have had the party someplace else? Like, why did it have
Because Grandma had the big house.
It's your birthday.
You can do it outside.
They sang happy birthday.
January.
They sang happy birthday as a family inside while their little boy, whose birthday
Puppy
it was,
toes.
was sitting in the garage listening from afar.
Grandma brought me a piece of cake.
Oh, no.
I don't
Couldn't
know.
they have crammed Benadryl down your throat and just
No, then I'd be
out for a
asleep
few-
through happy
All right.
birthday.
I really, that makes me sad to hear that.
What's what happened?
I wonder what else they did to destroy your life.
I had my mom on sometime. She's actually a great mom.
You have great parents, and we hear great stories. But when I hear that, I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what made me who I am, you know?
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's why you're a killer now.
A serial killer. That's why you have strange women's heads in your freezer.
Because I was left in the garage on my birthday.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Was there a deep freeze in your
Yes, there
grandmother's?
was.
There
Okay.
you go.
That's where the bodies
And
are.
an axe was on the wall.
There you go.
Shovel?
You were getting ideas while you were sitting there.
Now it makes sense.
Anyway, you deserve better than that.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think you should confront your family and let them know. I love you, but there was something that happened as a kid. Just something to consider.
Okay.
Okay.
I will. This weekend.
You deserve the best.
Thanks, Elvis.
That's why God brought you to me.
I know. This is like the new family. You guys are my new family.
We wouldn't put you in the garage.
I would.
But we will give him all kinds of new trauma.
Yes.
I already have tons of that.